What's up? I'm Plamini. You probably know this. However, that's not the point. The point is, my rebalance video / Google Doc kinda sucked ass, which is why I decided to redo some changes I made and implement new ones. Let's begin with the backscatter. So, for the backscatter, I decided to add a clip size increase on kill and a Pierce's Razorback crit resistance. This was made so the backscatter can still one-shot snipers, because that's something people really like doing, even though the backscatter is better for much more. And I also decided to add that when clip size is 50% increased, missing will decrease accuracy by up to 10% and 20% when clip is fully upgraded. This change was made so that you don't get a big reward for a small risk. If you mess up with the backscatter now, you'll have to face a punishment because you have an upgraded clip and you hit harder. Another thing I added is that I gave all melees an upgrade to not make them useless and give them an ability to stand out between their viable unlocks. For Soldier's Shovel, I decided to give it a 20% damage increase. The reason for this is so you can have a weapon which can reliably get you out of sticky situations if an enemy is cornering you to the point where your rocket launcher will be unable to defend you without hurting yourself. And on the topic of melees, I also improved the equalizer a bit. I changed its damage needed to fill the adrenaline from 300 to 150. This is so it doesn't feel tedious to do enough damage to gain a complete situational speed boost. For Pyro, I decided to give his stock axe guaranteed crits to targets launched airborne by air blast. This is because it's pretty satisfying to hit a combo on somebody you stun locked. It feels nice and rewarding for landing that air blast and also a melee hit. But because this used to be the old rework for the 3rd degree, I reworked the 3rd degree so it's more like the Harvester from TF2 classified. Doing 75 afterburn damage gives you a guaranteed crit, and deploying this weapon while it's crit boosted gives you a 2-second speed boost, and crit kills also give you a 3-second speed boost. This was added so if you perfectly play all of your cards, you can gain a 5-second speed boost and also kill an enemy who is low on HP and retreating, but it holsters slower and it has a 15% damage vulnerability increase along with no random crits. This is made so you have to calculate your plays without taking the extra damage and being able to put away your melee without getting in danger. If you don't plan out what you'll do, you'll be caught off guard and easily killed, and it gets no random crits because it can do guaranteed crits now. The bottle now makes you bleed for 8 seconds. Nah, I'm just kidding. When broken, the bottle deals bleed damage for 3 seconds. I skipped a lot of the stock melees for other classes because I showcased them in my last video, but I didn't give Engineer one. He now gets a 10% movement speed increase when holding buildings. Also, I changed the Shouter Hospitality. It now bleeds for 8 seconds. That's right, we can all celebrate. It's no longer 7 seconds. You officially now do bleed for 8 seconds. And I also changed the more metal and ammo from dispensers to 50% faster heal rate on dispensers. I did rip it off from fish stick on a stick, but it's still better than my old stat. I gave the medic syringe guns a quality of life change, including the Blutsauger. The Blutsauger now only regenerates 1 HP less than the stock syringe gun and the overdose, but I decided to give it a 20% slower heal rate on syringes. This is so you can't rationally pump out HP while being self-regenerated at the same time. It makes you unkillable and allows you to easily restore your HP without any sort of consequence at all. His syringes aren't the only things that infect weird juice into you that get some changes. I gave the Kritzkrieg a flat 30% heal on the outfire instead of giving you like 15 HP or something. And the quick fix now gets to toggle whether you'll be flung or not when somebody rockets, sticky jumps or even charges with the reload key, which is R if you're normal and something else if you're demented in the head. Yeah guys, I'm a bit fully honest. I had absolutely zero idea what I was doing when I remade the Vaitasa. I made it a more powerful Islander while also nerfing the Islander. Like I don't really know what I was cooking there. But now when you heal 500 HP you gain an organ and you can hit your teammate and hold the mouse 1 button to heal them faster than the medigun. Each organ increases this by 25%. If you gain all 4 organs, then you can also do a large shockwave that will heal your teammates for 100 HP in a 1500 hammer units radius. And also, if you manage to gain 10% uber with organ healing, you will heal yourself for 50 HP. But you build overheal slower, your overcharge lasts 1 second shorter, and your organs are capped at 4. I don't know why this says 5, I'm probably retarded, so that's why. And when healing somebody with hits, you also have a 15% damage vulnerability and you do not have the ability to random crit. This was made, this can be used as a utility tool and a superior version of the Uber Saw. But I decided to give it a slower overheal and Uber duration, so it isn't exactly a superior Uber Saw and instead kind of like a rival to it. I'm fucking stupid, bro. Why did I say superior than not superior? Not important. The thing is that now, while you can do large amounts of healing that do even more healing than the unnerfed version of the crossbow, you have less uber and you also build overheal slower, meaning that if you do not play your cards well, your teammates will die or be low in HP a lot. This is only fair for all of the healing you can now do. The Amputator now also has a cooldown because it originally had the ability to heal with taunts and now it heals more with taunts and also it hits like the White Assault. It wouldn't be fair to spam like healing on steroids without any form of cooldown. One thing I didn't change in my original video is quickscopes. Quickscopes are pretty cancerous to fight because some retard can click the mouse 2 button and immediately delete you, which is not very fun to play against. So now I gave quickscopes a 0.7 second cooldown. Yeah, that's right, you need to charge 0.7 seconds to be able to headshot. And the classic increases this to 1 second. Yeah, I originally made it so you need to have half of your charge to headshot, but now it's increased to a second, which is like a third. And the Huntsman now doesn't deal the normal body shot damage with the sniper rifles, it still deals 120. But I capped the 25 ammo cap and also gave it a passive reload. The Jarati also gets changed, so it takes 30 seconds to charge instead of 20. For sniper stock melees, I added so it deals a knockback to you and your target. And for the Tribalsman shield, I changed it from a shitty wannabe knife and made it so to bleed for 6 seconds, and on second hit your enemy bleeds out. Bleeding out enemies take guaranteed critical hits. You still hit yourself and miss, you have 15% damage penalty against non-bleeding enemies. This is made so you combo your hits and learn how to be precise with your melee swings, but get punished if you don't learn. I also went a bit too harsh on the Shahanshah because I gave it too much nerfs. I removed the damage vulnerability and the slower holster speed on the Shahanshah, but gave it no random crits and capped the minus 25% damage penalty when over 50 HP. Moving on to Spy. The Spycicle now, if melted before you backstab anyone, gives you back half of your HP and a 25% damage resistance. This will probably be changed to fire resistance after this video is finished. The Big Earner was also changed back to 3 seconds of speed boost instead of 5, because being able to be speed boosted that much while now changing the health penalty from 25 to 15 is a bit too much, even for a weak and fragile class like Spy. Well, those were all of my balance reworks. If you still think I didn't do a good enough job and I didn't do these weapons justice, make sure to let me know it. I don't give a fuck. Go suck my dick at gmail.com.